Okay, you guys, we're going to do problem number 1 on your assignment 1.7 right now. So lesson 1.7. Problem number 1, okay? It asks you to graph y equals x in your calculator. So I want everybody to look up here. I know some of you don't know how to graph in your calculator, so I want to show you. If you hit this button, y equals, this is where you put in the equations. Now you can just clear them out like I'm doing right here. Okay? We go up to y equals. Now, is anybody's plot 1 highlighted up here? Is it dark? If it is, you hit the up key to go up to that part, and you hit enter. See, I just turned it on by doing that. If yours looks like that, I want you to turn it off. So hit the up key, hit enter, and go back down. Turn it off, okay? So now, I'm going to put in the equation y equals x right there. All I do is hit the x button right below mode. That's the x button. And I want to graph it on a standard screen. That means, so my window is from -10 to +10. If I hit zoom, look what number 6 says. Standard window. So I hit enter. Whoops, it didn't do that. Zoom 6. There it is. Why it didn't do it the first time. Okay, zoom 6. I got a standard window, and I want you guys to see what a standard window is. A standard window means the x min's at -10, my x max is at +10, my y min's -10, and my max is +10, and my x scale and y scale are 1. Let me show you what that means on the graph. Right over here, that means my x max is this number right out here. That means it's +10. My x minimum, or my x min, is -10. My y min is -10. My y max is +10. And the y scale and the x scale, what that means is it puts a mark every 1 unit. You can do it every 2 units, every 3 units, every 10 units, every 100 units. It depends on how big you make your graph, how often you want to change your scale. So that's what that means. So I put in y equals x. Now it says it wants you to compare it to the equation y equals x plus 3. And all you did is added 3 to x, right? So we go into my calculator. Notice that y equals x goes right through 0, 0 right here. It's on a 45-degree angle. So I go back to y equals. I go down to y2, and I put in x plus 3. And I hit graph. There's x plus 3. And it asks you this question. What does it say? It says, pay attention to the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Okay, it says, for each new equation, explain what the number 3 does to the graph of y equals x. What did the 3 do in this case to the graph? It made it go up 3. That's exactly what you'd say. So Dan said, it made it go up 3. It made it go up 3 units. There you go. That's your answer. That's what it's asking you to do on that one. So I go to the next one. So I'm gonna go down to y2, and I'm gonna change that. Isn't the next one y minus 3? So I changed my plus to a minus. Be careful you don't put that negative in for your minus. You guys see? Everybody look right here. I want you to see the difference. This right here is a negative button. This right here is a minus button. If you put y, or if you put x -3, it's gonna times x by -3. But if you put y or x minus, use that button right there, 3, then you're going to get the equation we want. Okay, so I'm going to graph x minus 3. What did it do from y equals x? What did it? It moved it down 3. So I would write down, it made it move down 3. Okay? We got that? It made it move down 3. Okay, now the last one. What's the last one ask you to do? Times it by 3. So I'm going to go to my y equals. I'm going to go down. Whoops. I'm going to go down and clear out that second one, and I'm going to put in 3x. 3 times x. So I'm going to hit my graph now. By the way, after you hit zoom 6 that first time, you just hit graph every time when you do that. What did it do? It increased the slope, made it steeper, right? It increased the slope by a factor of 3, or made it steeper You can say it however you want. But it made it steeper. Now, you guys will notice, that on the first one we did, the x plus 3, the y-intercept now was 3 instead of 0. You notice on the one where it was minus 3 that the y-intercept was negative 3. You'll notice that this one, the y-intercept did not change. It still goes through 0, 0. But it's steeper. Okay? That's what you have there. So do you understand what you're doing on that part? Okay. I borrow your paper, Michaela. Okay, now on the second part, it wants you to do the same thing, but it's going to have you use the number negative 2. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to add negative 2, then you're going to subtract negative 2, then you're going to times by negative 2, and you've got to tell what happens. Now, after that, the assignment's just like what we did on that worksheet, that task paper, okay? So you should be able to finish the rest of it based on that. Okay? So the first part was just a little bit different. Okay, now, you guys know what to do? Okay, remember, on Monday, a week from yesterday, we're going to have a test on Module 1. This is what I want you guys to use to study. All your assignments, 1.1 through 1.7. How many of you kept them all so far? How many of you threw some away? Oh, that's not good. Don't throw them away. You're going to need them to study. We're going to review for the test next time you guys come to class on Thursday. You don't want to miss Thursday. Thursday is going to be worth a lot of points because we're reviewing. And if you are here for the review, you'll do well on the test, which is worth a lot of points. Got it? Remember, you guys, 50% of your grade comes from tests and quizzes. So you have to do well on the tests and quizzes to do well in this class. Does everybody understand? Okay, I'm going to post this video. Will someone tell Dylan? Does anybody see Dylan outside of school? Will you tell him that I put a video on there and to watch it? Okay, and you too? Who sees Chance outside of school? Anybody see Chance? Tell him to watch it if you see him. Okay? All right, this is the video. It's 7 minutes